Hiya! So in this video I'm going to show you how I create my crochet charts. So it's a really simple app or software I use. It's just called Crochet Charts, and you can basically make a blank crochet chart from scratch. There's also all these different symbols for all the different stitches and everything you can use. You can create charts from a template, you can do it in the rounds or with rows. So like with this, you can change how many rows you want and how many stitches per row, and that'll make a basic chart for you. It'll only do one stitch for that chart though, but at least you'll know exactly where the stitches are meant to be. And also how far apart each of the rows are from each other. So you just choose what stitch you want, and then that'll create a basic template. And I use this one a lot because I tend to use make charts that are in the rows rather than in the rounds. I haven't mastered that yet. So this is what it will look like. But then as soon as you've got the basic layout of it, you can actually change the stitches pretty easily, because obviously you're not going to want to like just change stitches, that would just be silly. So you can look for whatever stitch you like in that little menu at the side. You can zoom into it to make it obviously bigger, to make it easier to change, and you basically double click a stitch to change it to whatever stitch you want. So I'm just going to search the stitches. If you know what name you want of the stitch you want, just search that. If you don't, just drop down. So then you just click on the stitch twice and it will change it. I clicked it all too many times and added an extra stitch. So I was just changing these ones to the chains that I need to go up to the next row. I basically do this first, then I fill in the rest of it. But there is so many different stitches you can do. That you can use basically every stitch you need. All the symbols are there. And you can also change the colours of the stitches as well. So if you want the rows different colours, you want certain sections to stand out, or anything like that, you can just change the colour of it as well. So this does take a while to master. Well, actually no, not to master, because it is really simple software, but changing each individual stitch can take a while, but it's the easiest way I've found if you want to do rows. So like I say, you can just make them completely from scratch as well. And I'm just using this as an example. I had no idea what I was doing. I literally just started. I didn't have a pattern in my head or anything. I was just trying this kind of freestyle one. So you can just lay the stitches where you want them, and you can turn them, move them about to try and get them in the right place. I didn't perfectly line these up. But yeah, it's a really simple software, and then you just save it. There's multiple files you can save it as, so depending on what file types you like to use or what's easier for printing if you want to print these out. So I found it to be a really simple software, and I'm not really a computer kind of person. I can like edit basic edit videos and things, but I wouldn't say I'm really high tech on anything. And I can use this quite well, and I still class myself as a beginner crocheter as well. That's why my patterns are very, very simple. Beginner friendly my ones are. Most of my patterns literally only use 2 different stitches, like a chain stitch and a double crochet. So I was moving these about. I don't even know what this is actually would look like after you've crocheted it. I was just trying to make a pattern, just to give it an example. So these are the like different colours you can use, and you can also, there's grids there you can use as templates, and this is the pattern I end up coming up with, just to make a little panel for a blanket or something. And don't know how long this took me to do, a little while, because like I say, I was changing each individual stitch. Took a while, but the more I'm doing it, the quicker I'm getting. So that's it, that's how I do it. So thanks for watching, hope to see you in my next video. Bye.